Welcome to the grand finale of a thrilling adventure here at the 2011 Acropolis Rally. For the first 2 days, we have been treated to a classic. This has been the WRC at its attritional best. At the start of the final day, 4 men stand on the start line with a chance of victory. Today, the final outcome will be decided on the power stage. These final stages with championship bonus points up for grabs will always produce late drama. We'll follow our featured driver Henning Solberg's battle to claim 5th place. And we'll bring you all the action from a final day that promises to be the most exciting of the season. Like all tales of Greek mythology, there has been intrigue and tragedy around almost every corner. Young warriors lost their way early on day 1. If fortune favours the brave, then these men have the hearts of lions. An experienced head led the charge, Petter Solberg bursting into an incredible day 1 lead with a vintage all-or-nothing imperious performance. Day 2, and the battle took another twist. The leader's French rivals hit back, slashing that leading margin at every opportunity. Ogier and Loeb unleashed their Citroën DS3s into the day 2 stages, holding nothing back. It seemed Solberg was powerless to stop them.
I can't push more. The 2 last stages have been absolutely on it.
Back at the service park, Citroën were deciding their team tactics for the final stage. Sebastian Loeb left looking less than happy. Before the start of the stage late last night, Ogier led from Loeb with Solberg in 3rd, but the drama was far from over. Petter Solberg launched into the stage as the leading man. He wasn't concerned about lingering dust in the night sky. However, unexpected disaster struck for co-driver Chris Patterson, a gut-wrenching end to the day for the usually note-perfect Northern Irishman.
I don't know where we are. I'm looking for a 4 right tightens, 2 minus, double tightens.
We lost a lot of time here. We were -1 on Loeb, so yeah.
What's the problem?
We just get lost with the pace notes, that's it, yeah.
Sebastian Loeb took to the stage with no intention of backing off, determined to build a lead on Solberg and Ogier. Rally leader Ogier was next into the stage, and the drama intensified. Would he make the decision to slow and drop behind Loeb for a better day 3 start position? And more importantly, would Citroën allow him to when Loeb is leading the championship?
Yeah, they've got 36 years.
You backed off in there, you're not leading at the end of it.
I don't know where I am.
Come on, what's the time there? What have you been slowing down?
I don't know where I am now. It was just very difficult in this stage because I was dust all the time and it was difficult to drive.
After 2 grueling days, this is how it looks, and the 2 Sebs are at it again. Loeb is the man in the #1 spot, but is that because of Sebastian Ogier's tactical game at the end of that night stage? Early leader Petter Solberg lies 3rd, battling with Mikko Hirvonen. Our featured driver Henning Solberg will be delighted to finish in 5th place. Perhaps he was letting FIA President Jean Todt know his plans for day 3.
The plan is just to go as fast as I have done all the time, and maybe try to close up a little bit to this other one on time. It's not many seconds, but a little bit, and then we will be there.
And any difficult stages ahead, any that stick out in your mind?
All the stages in this rally is difficult, so we just have to keep on moving fast as we can.
Let's take a look at what's in store on this final day. Just 5 stages and 66 kilometres to run. 2 passes through the Agi Theodori and Nupicia stages, with the rally reaching its inevitable climax on the last stage of the day, Nulu Traki, our power stage of Rally Greece. So, as we enter the final day, Loeb is the man who will lead the WRC army into battle, followed by his teammate Sebastian Ogier. Petter Solberg goes third away, followed by Ford's Mikko Hirvonen. It's been a good weekend for our featured driver Henning Solberg in 5th, with Matthew Wilson 6th. He's followed into the stages by Kimi Räikkönen, while Jari-Matti Latvala starts 9th after problems on day 2. After a tough weekend, Mads Osberg goes 10th, with the man everyone is cheering for in Greece, local driver Lambros Athanasoulas, closing out the top 12. The 19.42 kilometres of Agi Theodori is the first test of the day. And here is Sebastian Loeb, our rally leader, at the start line, ready to blast into the stage. Remember, the gap is just 2.2 seconds back to Ogier, and Loeb is road sweeping this morning, so that Citroën is sliding around on the top surface gravel. As we've seen all weekend, running first on the road has been a massive hindrance. It's going to take something very special if Loeb is to hang on to his lead. Here comes Sebastian Ogier. The Frenchman has hardly put a foot wrong all weekend, and with Loeb sweeping ahead of him, he'll be looking to capitalise on that and take the lead of this rally from the off this morning. After a pace note disaster at the end of day 2, Petter Solberg will be looking to make up any time he can. He said this morning that he still believes he can win this rally, and he's certainly pushing to the absolute limit on board that customer Citroën DS3. Back with Sebastian Loeb, and he's coming to the end of the first stage of the day. Let's hear what he has to say about conditions this morning.
Did you expect to be first on the road? Do you think that Ogier did slow down to put himself second?
Yes, it was planned, but I was just angry because we had no split in the last stage, and the team decided to put still Ogier behind. So it's for that I was a bit angry, but I knew that he will do some strategy.
An unhappy Sebastian Loeb there, and we're back with his sparring partner Sebastian Ogier. Watch the clock on the bottom right of your screen. We're looking for the red boards. Here they come. He takes the lead, but by the slimmest of margins.
Sebastian, 0.1 of a lead now. Was that enough?
Yeah, it's not enough for sure to be comfortable, but it's not so bad.
Last night, Sebastian, you said to us that you didn't know what the times were, that you didn't slow down. We've seen the onboards. You did deliberately go in second place today.
Yeah, I slowed down a bit, but even before that, I was not fast in the stage because there was so much dust and I didn't want to take risks. So, but now, okay, it's now that when I have to push.
Ford's Mikko Hirvonen is on a charge this morning. He wants that third place from Petter, and with his advantageous road position, don't discount this man putting himself in the running for the overall victory of this rally this afternoon. And there's the proof. He passes Solberg for third place.
Mikko, 15 seconds off the lead. Is the wind still on?
Well, it's still there, so I'm definitely going to go for it and really going to try hard, and that went well. It was a really good drive, but you know, have to still stay calm and really stay focused.
It's all going on up at the front, and here is a man not far from it. Our featured driver Henning Solberg running 5th on the road, and that will be a fantastic finish for the Norwegian if he can hang on to it by the end of this rally. Back with the leaders, and Sebastian Loeb is already into the second stage of the day. The first run through the Nupicia stage, and the world champion is absolutely on the limit, and he has a point to prove to Ogier and Citroën. With Ogier now as he comes towards the end of the stage, can he extend his lead? No, he's slower. And that will hand the lead back to Sebastian Loeb. Further down, Stobart's Matthew Wilson is having a good run through the morning. He said he likes these stages and just wants to get that car to the finish in 6th place. Kimi Räikkönen has had a good weekend so far, exceeding his and his team's expectations, so he's pleased in 7th. But here is the man everyone in Greece is watching, local driver Lambros Athanasoulas, giving the home fans something to cheer about. This is how it looks after the first 2 stages of the day. Sebastian Loeb is on a flyer. He leads by just 0.1 of a second from Ogier. Don't discount Mikko Hirvonen either. He's claimed back nearly 10 seconds this morning. The 2 Sebs are at it hammer and tong. This one is far from over. The pressure is on the Citroën DS3 and the drivers to perform. Join us after the break to see who will claim victory and who will crack under the pressure. Welcome back to Greece. The tension is higher than ever. Sebastian Loeb and Sebastian Ogier separated by just 0.1 of a second, with 2 stages still to run before the power stage. What a finale to the Acropolis rally we're seeing. Sebastian Loeb is the man in the top spots, but he can't afford to ease off. This is simply maximum attack from the Frenchman in this battle royale in the Citroën camp.
This one I've done nearly, I would say, a perfect stage. No mistake, flat out everywhere, and all cleaning makes the difference. So this one we have no chance to do better than that.
Here is Sebastian Ogier, and as Loeb just said, he is at an advantage due to the road sweeping effect, but only if he can make best use of it. There's the clock, but what's the difference? 6.2 quicker, and that could be a turning point in this rally as Ogier retakes the lead. Petter Solberg just hasn't been able to match the pace of the factory Citroëns today. He started 3rd, but a struggle over the morning stages saw him drop to 4th. Nevertheless, he'll be pushing for a win on the power stage this afternoon. It's been an absolutely storming day's work for Ford's Mikko Hirvonen. Just look how hard he's pushing that Fiesta through there. He hasn't given up yet. Just the power stage remains, and this is how it looks. Sebastian Ogier has once again extended his lead over Loeb at the top, but look at Mikko Hirvonen, now just 2.6 behind Loeb. Could he steal that runner-up spot as we head into the big finale in Greece, the power stage? New Lutraki takes in the first 4 kilometres of the Aggie Theodori test, already run twice today, combining fast straights with treacherous mountain hairpins as we cross to Paul King and Julian Porter in the commentary box.
So can Mikko Hirvonen make up 2.6 seconds on Sebastian Loeb in just the 4 kilometres of the power stage? Let's join Mikko, co-driver Jarmo Leitonen, on the climb up the hill. He looks so calm. Mikko looked calm inside the car there, considering, oh, locked up the wheel briefly.
Just on the handbrake, just to can help the car in.
Hopefully that's not going to cost him. He's obviously meant to do that to set the car up for the next corner. He can. It's all about an all sign that he's really giving it everything.
Just look at the cars ducking and diving in the suspension on the bumps and the ruts.
Yeah, Mikko. Just a few more corners to go. Absolute concentration on his face. Looks like he's going to beat his teammate, but he's not too worried about that. He's more concerned with seeing what he can do against Sebastian Loeb and Sebastian Ogier, of course, who is still to come. Let's have a look. I think he's going to beat Jari Matti. That's a great time, 2:23.1. Nothing more Mikko can do now. He's set the benchmark in the power stage. It remains to see what the 2 Sebastians can do. And already into the stage is the rally leader, Mr. Ogier. Let's see what he can do against the best power stage times as well. Hirvonen the time to beat, 2:23.1. Petter 9 tenths down on Mikko in the end. And Latvala, well, he's slotted into 3rd place now. But for Ogier, it's all about hanging on to the win at the moment. Although with a bit of ground to make up in the championship as well after another disappointing weekend in Argentina.
Well, that's it. I mean, Ogier wants to get the most out of this rally. as actually winning the rally. Ogier really sideways in there.
Miko's oldest son, a roper on the right there of the screen there, absolutely gripped by seeing if their dad can hang on here. And well, with Sebastian Ogier in the stage, it's going to be touch and go whether or not he can do it. We're getting close to our first split time soon. Whoa, he's 5/10 of a second, sorry, slower. But of course, Sebastian may be concerned with just hanging on for the overall rally victory. We've seen him make a few final day blunders. He doesn't want to make one now in the last couple of kilometres in Greece.
Let's listen to Julian and Gracia as they make their way up.
120 mètres, frein droite, 120 plus. Sur gauche, 120 plus. 100 mètres, gauche en 40 à fond mini, sur un gros frein 50 mètres, droite 100 plus.
That's probably the most complicated bit for him to get through on this stage.
Yeah,
as you say, he's made a couple of howlers on final days. Today he has been supreme, and he has just driven away from everybody. Only about a K and a bit to go now, and this will be a well-earned victory for Sebastian Ogier. This is on the rally, the power stage at the minute. Hirvonen still has the hot seat.
Yeah, well, Sebastian, of course, his rivalry with his senior teammate Loeb has been one of the most enthralling stories of this 2011 season. Got past his teammate this morning after taking the old tactics route last night, once again dropping behind to get a good road position. It's really worked out for him today, and let's see what he can do compared to Mikko in the power stage as well. Oh, I think he might have beaten him. He has 2:22.7.
Where does he get that from?
Terrific run.
We've got to go, boys.
Disappointment for the entire Hirvonen family there. Well, I'm really surprised about that. He took a lot of time out in the last couple of kilometres there. Anyway, back on the start line is Sebastian Loeb. The all-important thing here now is to see if Sebastian Loeb can beat his teammate in the power stage and if he can hold on to second. Remember, just 2.6 seconds up on Mikko as he comes into this last 4-kilometre stage.
Now, as I've said before in previous rallies, my maths is not 100% correct, but I think a 2:25.8 would put Hirvonen into second place. So I'm surprised Mikko hasn't waited around just to see if he gets those extra points, but obviously thinks his stage time is good enough, and he'll get that information from the team on the road section. He might well have just pulled out of the winner's podium for power stage. He might just sit and wait. I think Jarmo will want to know as well. So it was 2.6 seconds the gap. So let's see. I think if Loeb will want it because he wanted to take the points from Ogier as well, you see.
Thought he was going to get a bit caught again in that hairpin, but he just about managed to find the traction on the exit. And you can see 2:22.7, the time of Sebastian Ogier. That's Loeb's teammate, of course. Hirvonen 4/10 better than that, slower than that, sorry, with Petter Solberg still in third at the moment. So Petter still hanging on for at least one power stage points, but it all depends what this man Loeb can do. And I'm guessing he's not hanging around knowing how close the gap was to Mikko Hirvonen at the start of the stage. And he's 3/10 up on his teammate already. It's not looking good for Mikko. Of course, he's 13 points up in the championship race on Hirvonen. So it's all about getting as many points as he can, and with 3 extra points for the power stage, this could look like a very promising finish to the weekend as we go into the mid-season break for Loeb.
Sebastian wants to take as many points as he can. He's obviously going to lose points to Ogier's teammate, and he'll take points out of his rival, closest rival at the moment, which is Hirvonen, with Ogier Loeb powering up the hill. Daniel Elena encouraging him along. Ogier obviously knows he's got 25 points at the moment. He might have another 3.
Yeah, that really is the perfect response to the disappointing final day in Argentina. Sebastian Ogier watching on as Sebastian Loeb comes through our last few corners now. Remember, 2:28.8 we think he needs to beat to guarantee... 2:25.8, sorry, to guarantee he stays ahead of Hirvonen in the overall standings. 2:22.7 to beat to win the power stage as well. It's all about this last corner. Come on, Seb, throw it through. Here we see 2:22.7.
He's quicker than Hirvonen, he's done it.
He's beaten him, but he's only beaten him by 900ths of a second.
No, he's second in the power stage. Ogier wins the power stage as well.
Wow, it's the clean sweep.
He's done it before.
Yeah,
clean sweep. Second time.
Clean sweep for Sebastian Ogier. And there is confirmation of Ogier's 3 points for the win. Sebastian Loeb continues his 100% scoring record in the power stages with Mikko third. But what a weekend it's been for Sebastian Ogier.
I'm very, very happy. That's very good after my disappointment in Argentina to come back like that. And now you have to keep going in this way, and the championship is still possible.
Okay. And you gave a very clear message to your teammate this weekend, the world champion?
I don't know, for sure it's always the most difficult man to beat, and that's good when you achieve that and when you are able to beat him. So I'm very happy to what we have done this weekend with all the team, and yeah, it's at the end it's a 1-2 for Citroën, so it's a very good weekend.
There's confirmation of Ogier's victory here in Greece. Loeb managed to keep the flying Hirvonen at bay, with Petter Solberg finishing 4th, while his brother and our featured driver Henning Solberg closed out the top 5. The rally gods have been shining on Sebastian Ogier this weekend. Join us after the break for all the celebrations and reactions from Citroën Racing. Welcome back to Greece as the victorious Sebastian Ogier slides into service, where he's greeted by his Citroën team after a dramatic clean sweep of rally and power stage wins. It's been quite a weekend for the 28-year-old. His older teammate Sebastian Loeb not quite so thrilled.
We saw yesterday that you were fairly upset after being made to sweep the road. Do you feel that things would have been different had you been second on the road?
Sure, but we know when Ogier is behind, he's making the strategy. If I'm behind, I make the strategy. So at the moment I'm leading the championship, so I start first on the road the first day, and he took the strategy to go just behind me every day. So finally, no chance.
Yeah, it's part of the rally actually. The regulation is like this, and as the gap is always very small between everybody, we need to use all the things we have in your hand. So we use that this weekend. Next year we will cancel that, and it will be better for everybody, better for the sport.
Ogier's maximum score has seen him close up to 5 points behind second place Mikko Hirvonen in the Drivers' Championship. Loeb still leads. He's now 17 ahead of the Ford man, while Petter Solberg and Latvala continue to fall adrift of the leading trio. A record-breaking 22nd 1-2 finish for Citroën, while Ford continue to slip behind the French squad in the Manufacturers' Championship. 55 points now the gap. Also reaching its conclusion in Greece was the 4th round of the Super 2000 World Rally Championship. Juho Hänninen began the final morning in a dominant position. The Finnish star was leading by more than 4 minutes at the start of the day after his main rivals fell victim to the rough Greek roads. Nasser Al-Attiyah was undone by broken power steering on Friday. The Qatari at least showed his pace by winning all but one of the final day's stages, while Mexico winner Martin Prokop had to settle for 5th after losing several minutes with differential failure on day 1. The high attrition rate allowed Frigyes Turan to come through and claim his first ever podium finish in the SWRC. The 6-time Hungarian touring car champion delighted to survive his first Acropolis rally. Jordan winner Bernardo Souza meanwhile started the day in 2nd, but hoping a gearbox scare the previous night wouldn't return on the final leg. Thankfully the Portuguese driver also came through the final day unscathed. But up front, Hänninen focused on maintaining his concentration and swept through the stages to an emphatic victory, picking up maximum SWRC points for the first time in 2011 and finishing 8th overall for good measure to claim 4 WRC points as well.
Juho, 25 points and the win in S2000.
Yeah, one day fighting with Tanak, and after that it was completely different rally, and okay, not easy, but we are here and 25 points, it's more than welcome now.
In the end, Juho won by a margin of nearly 5 minutes from Souza, with Turan scoring his best ever result in the final podium place. Championship hopefuls Prokop and Al-Attiyah claimed consolation results of 5th and 6th. 2 second places and a win mean Hänninen now holds an 11-point lead in the SWRC standings over Prokop, with Bernardo Souza up to 3rd. The Abu Dhabi Spirit of the Rally Award has been presented to our featured driver Henning Solberg. The Norwegian has worked around the clock to finalise the funding to claim his best result of 2011.
I'm very, very happy. The sun is shining on Solberg.
From the Rally of the Gods to the Holy Grail of off-road motorsport, the 2011 season will resume in 6 weeks' time at the spiritual home of rally in Finland. You can log on to WRC.com to see a preview to Round 8, where there is also exclusive unseen footage from the battle for supremacy in Greece. Sébastien Ogier and Julian Ingrassia top the podium for the third time this season, then another battle won. But what impact will it have on the war? The inter-team rivalry at Citroën continues then. But Ford's Finns will hope to fight back on home turf. We'll see you again in Finland's forests in late July. But for now, after another epic Acropolis adventure, it's goodbye.